Good evening, I'm Andrea Anderson. Brian is away from the desk tonight. As many will be celebrating the 4th of July tomorrow, an Indigenous-led organization plans to take to the streets of Rapid City in protest of, quote, targeted police violence against the Indigenous community. The mayor there claims that they want to wage a, quote, war. Cordell Wright joins us in studio to explain more in our top story tonight. Cordell, good evening.
Good evening, Andrea. NDN Collective has announced that tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, protesters will march in downtown Rapid City speaking out against systemic racism and police violence against Indigenous people. In his final interview before retiring from the mayor's office tonight, Steve Allender has called the gathering a public safety hazard, asking citizens to stay vigilant of potential crimes.
More Native men are murdered by the police per capita in this nation than any other nationality of people.
In my tenure as mayor and as a former police chief and police officer, I mean, this group appears to want a war.
NDN Collective has stated they intend for the protest to be a peaceful, family-friendly march.
Through community, through standing together in a collective way, in a good way. That's the principles and values that we hold as Lakota, as Indigenous people, is to do things in a good way. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
NDN Collective does have a history of protest in Rapid City.
They seized private property and wouldn't leave, and we had a standoff there with angry NDN-related individuals, mocking and cursing and making threatening gestures toward the police officers.
In 2021, a similar protest was held and they did not acquire the proper permitting to host a gathering. The same is true for Tuesday's march, and they've stated that is an intentional choice.
It's not a law, it's a policy. It's used for parades and such, celebrations. This is not a celebration. This is direct action, and we didn't file a permit for a reason. We didn't need to. This is our land.
The point is for them not to cooperate with us. And so we anticipate that they're planning some kind of surprise that's going to inconvenience or disrupt traffic flows or other people's business.
Steps are being taken to ensure that Tuesday's protest does not escalate, including coordination with the police department and the sheriff's office. We have also received reports that members of the South Dakota National Guard have been activated.
We don't just let chaos reign until someone is killed or injured before we start trying to put a little bit of public safety common sense on the situation.